A group of 100 Rohingya refugees rescued off the coast of Indonesia on Wednesday say they were beaten by traffickers and drank their own urine to stay alive on a perilous 4-month journey at sea. The refugees include mostly women and children. They described a high seas horror story that saw them reduced to throwing their dead overboard. 2 survivors say people smugglers paid to transport them had beaten them and were later removed to a new boat and abandoned at sea.
We stayed in the boat for 3 to 4 months. We didn't have enough food. When we cried, they would beat us. My ears were cut. My head was beaten up. We starved for 4 to 5 days.
We had rice which we cooked only occasionally. There were also nuts that we ate. For water there were wet clothes mixed with salt water, which we squished and drank the water. Sometimes when it was raining, we drank the rainwater.
Let's get some analysis now from Kyaw. He's the founder and executive director of Burma Human Rights Network. Joins me now from London. Really appreciate your time. I mean, just listening to those stories, they're truly horrific. We're hearing from people who are risking their lives to escape Myanmar, a country they once called home. What more do we know about these refugees and their stories of trying to get to safety?
Well, they are running away from an open prison, which is called Rakhine State, yeah. And they have no choice. If they live there, they have no access to any job, any food, any resources. So what happened is, they try to escape from that prison like a hell, and they ended up. Many people lost their life in all along the way in the boats, in the sea. And when they run away by land, Burmese government arrests them, jail them, and they jail for 2 years with prison, and then send them back to Rakhine State again to live with that, to suffer again. So they have no choice. So in that case, they take all the risk, risking their lives, their loved ones, and they pay a lot of money to take these boats and to reach out Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia, neighbor Thailand. So wherever they arrive, they believe that at least there will be a better life, at least they can survive. So, that is a condition for them.
They're now in Indonesia, a country where, like you said, many Rohingya have actually fled to. Are you expecting the Indonesian government to help them, considering there are still very strong fears of the spread of the coronavirus?
Well, Indonesia has a very long history of helping people, especially, I must say that the Achenese, the Aceh people, the fishermen, those who, it is their native law that any life, who has struck any life in danger in the sea, they must rescue them. Whether any background, any religion, any people, as long as they're human being, they will rescue them. That is because I learned from them and that they have this culture. And Indonesia government, of course, doing a lot for Rohingya issues, and as well as other government like Malaysia, like Indonesia. And of course, this coronavirus issue is a new issue that a lot of country relevant. A lot of country have relevantly concerned about what's going on. But at this point, we cannot allow these people to perish in the sea. So it is very important for the people's lives to be saved, and they can be put into the quarantine for some days. And hopefully, I think Indonesia has enough resources and I believe that Indonesia government doing a lot now.
Okay, that's hopefully those refugees will be safe in that country. Live shows there from London. Kyaw, thank you.